Hello, my friends. Welcome to Miss DeBoer Reads. Today we'll have the final conclusion of Love That Dog. Wow, last time, oh, did I ever need my tissue? Was super heartbreaking. Finding out about Jack's dog, Sky, and that he got hit by that blue car. Today we're going to examine his poem a little bit and look at all the good qualities that are in it and how sometimes poems are expressing sadness or grief, as this one is. The other disappointment was that Jack has yet to hear from Mr. Walter Dean Myers. So I'm still hoping we hear from him today. Love That Dog, Part 9. This is the last part of the book. And before we get into it today, I wanted to talk about Jack's poem called My Sky. What I love about it, now that I can read it without crying because it was so heartbreaking, I'm really looking at some great things that Jack did in his poem. There was a lot of repetition of words, chasing. Even this one, wagging, slobbering. Did you notice how I said we're hoping? Yeah, I'm doing that in the likeness of Jack because sometimes we're inspired by others. So this poem, My Sky, is so good. He's describing what his dog is doing, and actually there's a lot of joy. You can see how much fun it was to be in his neighborhood. I don't know about you, but I could picture this whole thing outside on the street and kicking the ball, and you know what time it is. It's before dinner, so the kids are just playing outside, and your dog is out there chasing after a ball, and you might see your dad walking, up the street, or in this instance, because his dad, was getting off the bus. But maybe your dad's, pulling in the driveway or something, or maybe out on a walk and walking home. He's walking. And don't you love how he called out, "Hey there, son," like Walter Dean Myers did in his poem? And then he didn't see the car coming. And he goes back to his other poems that he wrote. The very beginning, inspired by Tiger, he wrote, blue car, splattered with mud, speeding down the road. And again, that wagging. Yeah, blue car, splattered with mud. We didn't know why that was such a concern for Jack at the very beginning of the book, and now we know why. That car that didn't stop. He uses an onomatopoeia word, thud. You can hear it. And can't you just imagine how sad it would be with your dog and your dad coming to help and picks up Sky and lays him on the grass. And Sky closed his eyes and he never opened them again, ever. For many of us, pets don't live forever. And so as difficult as this was, I know what that feels like to lose a pet and how hard it can be. Today, I'm hoping for some good news in Love That Dog. Yeah, he wrote about it. And now, you know what? His dog Sky will always be remembered as part of this poem, right? Isn't that a great way to keep people or pets in your heart and mind forever, to write about them? Oh, Jack, you are good. May 15. I don't know. If you put it on the board and people read it, it might make them sad, right? He's talking to Miss Stretchberry, and she wants to put his poem on the board, but he's like, I don't know. It made me cry. Wouldn't you cry if you read that poem by someone? So Jack is like, I don't know. It might make people sad. May 17. Okay, I guess. I'll put my name on it. But I hope it doesn't make people feel too sad. And if it does, maybe you could think of something to cheer everybody up, like maybe with some of those brownies you make, the chocolate ones that are so good, right? Something that would make friends go, oh, that is heartbreaking, and move past it and go, okay, here's something to look forward to. May 21. Wow. Wow. Are you predicting? That was the best, best, best news ever. I can't believe it. Yeah, did you guess? Mr. Walter Dean Myers is really, really, really coming to our school. He was coming to our city anyway to see his old buddy. Incredible news. And he would be honored to visit our clean school and meet the mostly nice kids who like his poems. We sure are lucky that his old buddy lives in our town. Wow! May 28. The bulletin board looks like it's blooming words with everybody's poems up there on all those colored sheets of paper, yellow, blue, pink, red, green. Poetry gives you permission to write like that. Can't you see it too? Blooming words. And the bookcase looks like it's sprouting books, all of them by Mr. Walter Dean Myers, lined up, looking back at us, waiting for Mr. Walter Dean Myers himself to come to our school, right into our classroom. Wow. May 29. I can't wait. I can't sleep. Do you know that feeling? That anticipation? Are you sure you hid my poem that was inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers? I don't want to do anything to upset him. June 1st, Mr. Walter Dean Myers Day. I never in my whole life ever heard anybody who could talk like that Mr. Walter Dean Myers. All of my blood in my veins was bubbling, and all of the thoughts in my head were buzzing. And I wanted to keep Mr. Walter Dean Myers at our school forever. June 6th. Dear Mr. Walter Dean Myers, Jack's written him another letter. Thank you 100 million times for leaving your work and your family and your things people have to do to come and visit us in our school, in our class. We hope you liked your visit. I think maybe you did, because you were smiling all over the place. And when you read your poems, you had the best voice, low and deep and friendly and warm, like it was reaching out and wrapping us all up in a big squeeze. And when you laughed, you had the best laugh I've ever heard in my life, like it was coming from way down deep and bubbling up and rolling and tumbling into the air. We hope we didn't ask you too many questions, but we thank you for answering every which one, and especially for saying that you would be flattered if someone used some of your words, and especially if they added a note that they were inspired by Walter Dean Myers. And it was nice of you to read all of our poems on the bulletin board. And I hope it didn't make you too sad when you read the one about my dog Sky getting smushed in the road. And I think you liked the brownies too, right? Thank you for coming to see us, Mr. Walter Dean Myers. Inside this envelope is a poem using some of your words. I wrote it. It was inspired by you, Mr. Walter Dean Myers, from your #1 fan, Jack. What a beautiful letter. And here's what Jack wrote. Love that dog. Inspired by Walter Dean Myers, by Jack. Love that dog like a bird loves to fly. I said I love that dog like a bird loves to fly. Love to call him in the morning. Love to call him, hey there, Sky. That's love that dog. I hope you enjoyed this journey through Love That Dog, a novel. Look for books by Sharon Creech and Walter Dean Myers. Look for poems by Robert Frost and William Carlos Williams and Valerie Worth, because wow, I don't know about you, but now I love poetry.